Macmillan Audio presents Necessary Lies by Diane Chamberlain. Read by Alison and Elliott. For the women and men who had no choice. June 22nd, 2011. Chapter 1. Brenna. It was an odd request, visit a stranger's house and peer inside a closet, and as I drove through the neighborhood searching for the address, I felt my anxiety mounting. There it was, number 247. I hadn't expected the house to be so large. It stood apart from its neighbors on the gently winding road, flanked on either side by huge magnolia trees, tall oaks, and crepe myrtle. It was painted a soft, buttery yellow with white trim, and everything about it looked crisp and clean in the early morning sun. Every house I'd passed, although different in architecture, had the same stately yet inviting look. I didn't know Raleigh well at all, but this had to be one of the most beautiful old neighborhoods in the city. I parked close to the curb and headed up the walk. Potted plants lined either side of the broad steps that led up to the wraparound porch. I glanced at my watch. I had an hour before I needed to be back at the hotel. No rush, though my nerves were really acting up. There was so much I hoped would go well today, and so much of it was out of my control. I rang the bell and heard it chime inside the house. I could see someone pass behind the side light, and then the door opened. The woman, 40 maybe, at least 10 years younger than me, smiled, although that didn't mask her harried expression. I felt bad for bothering her this early. She wore white shorts, a pink striped t-shirt, and tennis shoes, and sported a glowing tan. She was the petite, toned, and well-put-together sort of woman that always made me feel sloppy, even though I knew I looked fine in my black pants and blue blouse. "Brenna?" She ran her fingers through her short, spiky blonde hair. "Yes," I said, "and you must be Jennifer." Jennifer peered behind me. "She's not with you?" she asked. I shook my head. I thought she'd come, but at the last minute she said she just couldn't. Jennifer nodded. Today must be really hard for her. She took a step back from the doorway. "Come on in," she said. "My kids are done with school for the summer, but they have swim team practice this morning, so we're in luck. We have the house to ourselves. The kids are always too full of questions." "Thanks." I walked past her into the foyer. I was glad no one else was home. I wished I had the house totally to myself, to be honest. I would have loved to explore it. But that wasn't why I was here. "Can I get you anything?" Jennifer asked. "Coffee?" "No, I'm good, thanks." "Well, come on then, I'll show you." She led me to the broad, winding staircase, and we climbed it without speaking, my shoes on the shiny dark hardwood treads making the only sound. "How long have you been in the house?" I asked when we reached the second story. 5 years, she said. "We redid everything. We repainted every single room and every inch of molding, and every closet, too. Except for that one." "Why didn't you paint that one?" I asked as I followed her down a short hallway. "The woman we bought the house from specifically told us not to. She said that the couple she'd bought the house from had also told her not to, but nobody seemed to understand why not. The woman we bought it from showed us the writing. My husband thought we should just paint over it. I think he was spooked by it. But I talked him out of it. It's a closet. What would it hurt to leave it unpainted?" We'd reached the closed door at the end of the hall. I had no idea what it meant until I spoke to you on the phone. She pushed open the door. "It's my daughter's room now," she said, "so excuse the mess." It wasn't what I'd call messy at all. My twin daughters' rooms had been far worse. "How old's your daughter?" I asked. 10. Thus the Justin Bieber obsession. She swept her arm through the air to take in the lavender room and its nearly wall-to-wall posters. "It only gets worse," I smiled. I barely survived my girls' teen years. I thought of my family.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?